So we're here on the pound yen on the 60 and there is a flag pattern that's set up. I'm going to talk through the rules. I do have a concern with it, but everything else stacks up really well in terms of the rules that are met with this pattern. So I'm just going to go out first and do the high time frame analysis and talk about the one concern I have regarding this trade. So I'm going to put a structure level on right at these lows just here, and you can see price has now come into that area. So on the dailies I wouldn't be looking for shorting opportunities anymore. The only thing I would say is that just pay close attention to the 141 psychological number. These psychological numbers act as magnets and we do typically come down to test them. We haven't here. So let's take a look at the 240. Nice move here. Consolidation and then a move lower. Now this pattern for me still has room. Well, if you take it from the top here, it still has room to go lower. Let's drop to the 60. Okay, and here on the 60 we have a flag pattern, so we have a very directional move. Then we draw out the trend line on the closes of the candles like this. Do want to make sure it is on the closes of the candles because we're going to duplicate it and move it up, and that will ensure that the distance between the tops and the bottoms are the same, and we're looking for a minimum of 4 tests. 1, 2, 3, and here is the 4th, and you can see we hugged that trend line before putting in a big lower close. The only concern for me was I would have expected price to come up into the wicks just here. We've actually failed to do that. Let me just go back out to the 240 and I'm going to put a structure level on as to where price came to. We're just going to look left for structure. We've got to look at historical structure, and it's actually this level here and this level here. There is an area of consolidation there, but it doesn't really adhere to that structure level. If we look further left, I didn't really look any further but left, but let's have a look. Yeah, there's a zone there as well. There. So it is an area that's seen a reaction in the past. The reason I've taken it though is because look how directional we are here. Directional consolidation. Directional consolidation. Let me just drop to the 60. And so when we're as directional as that, or as this, sometimes we just do not come up to retest the outside return, which is this here. So only because I'm that directional, I'm being more aggressive here with the entry. And while this flag pattern meets all the rules, just being a little bit cautious there because we didn't test the outside return, but again, because we are that directional, we don't always test the outside return. So let's bring back on the orders. I've just gone an 80-hour above the high here because we actually hugged that upper trend line, and then we've had a big lower close. So for me, this is the turning point. If we was to turn and come up higher, it would probably be invalid, this pattern. So looking for a 127 extension. So let's just remove all the fibs that we don't need. And I am front running by 3 pips, so for those targets. So just in terms of reward, we're looking at 109. In terms of stop loss, we're looking at 45. And we are back for the update on this trade, and the pip gods are really being quite favourable to me. This trade has now gone on to hit for 109 pips. Targets were at 81 or 82. We've just been taken out. I am just going to talk through this trade. I don't think I talked about this in the first part of the video, but with a lot of these patterns we do get a retest before the breakout, and my concern with this trade was that we hadn't come up to retest the outside return. We'd fallen a bit short, but I did talk through why I was entering, and that was because I think I said it in the video that we were moving very directionally, And so yes, 109 pips. Is there anything else to talk about on this trade? We had another pattern just here, another breakout pattern. This was a triangle, and we broke out of the triangle, and just beautiful. Look at that, three winning breakout patterns, 1, 2, 3, all in a row. If that isn't confirmation that the market is moving directionally so you can be more aggressive, then I don't know what is.